Hi, it's Paula from Artistry and welcome to the July Keepsake Collection box. The X marks the spot. This box has got a beautiful bead embroidered lid with a crystal on the top, and you can either use a square or you can use a round. Both will work perfectly. And of course, our signature little peyote band in an odd count form with the X and O's all the way around. So watch the video and see how to make the Keepsake Collection box for July. Okay, the first thing to do is to cut your stiff stuff to be just smaller than the size of the base lid. Make sure you cut off those corners so they're not sharp, and make the edge just slightly smaller than that base lid, as that will all be covered by the cross lid when we build it together. Hold it in place. Then, my secret tip, get some double-sided tape and pop some double-sided tape underneath the lid of the box so that you can just hold that stiff stuff in place really firmly. Little tiny pieces, they won't be seen, and you can just put them directly underneath the lid, peel off that cover and then post them on top, place that on top. Now we're ready to start stitching our cabochon in place. You can choose either a crystal that is square or a round, and just lightly stick that down with some more of that double-sided tape, making sure that it's placed directly in the centre of your piece. If you're using a square, you want to make sure that the lines of the side of the square match the lines of the outside of your cross. If it's round, that won't matter. We're then going to do one row of size 11 seed beads in a backstitch bead embroidery around that cab. This is your foundation row for peyote, so you need to make sure that it's an even number of beads that you're putting around that crystal. Every time I go through, I pick up 4 beads, put the needle in the width of those 4 beads, and then come back through 5 beads to start that again. And I do that all the way around that cab. Once that foundation row is set in place, I then do a second row of peyote stitch in the same size 11 bead, going through every second bead until I've got that nice little frame there to start capturing those beads in place. This row is often the trickiest row to do when you're holding a lid firmly in place along with the crystal and your beads. So just do it slowly. Go through every second bead to create that peyote strip of size 11 beads all the way around your crystal. Now once I'm finished that row, the next step is to hold that crystal in place with some size 15 beads in between each of those gaps of the size 11s. So I'm just picking up one size 15 bead and going through the next size 11 bead until that crystal is firmly held in place. So you can see here how that's all holding the crystal really neatly. It's not popping out of that capture. Now the next row is to do alternating size 8 seed beads all around that edge. That'll fill that gap between the crystal and the corners of the cross. So picking up 2 or 4 beads each time in alternating size 8 colours and doing a backstitch bead embroidery row all the way around that crystal. You can see here I'm picking up 4 beads the next time, making sure that it's even to keep that count as an even count peyote. Now once those size 8s are all complete, we're going to fill in each branch of the X. It's just strands of size 11 beads in alternating colours. In this case I'm using silver and green. The first strand you'll pick up is generally about 11 seed beads, but use your own judgment in how many you need. And then the secondary and third, fourth, fifth rows, etc. are just one bead less because of the shape of the crystal. So all I'm doing is just picking up and going through each of those beads and adding in the right number. I've added an extra one there, so I'm just breaking that and getting it out of the way, and now I've got 10 size 11 beads there in a line. So I'll continue adding those striped lines of size 11 beads until the X arm is actually filled. Noting that the last row that I need to do is 11 beads, the same as the first row. Once you've got one arm filled, then we're going to go ahead and fill all 4 of those arms. Exactly the same pattern, just the stripes. Remembering we're doing 11 beads on the first row and 11 beads on the last row and 10 on the rows in between. So each one of these arms is filling slowly with beads. Once all 4 of those are filled, then we're going to go through and just add a little tiny picot over the size 8 beads. So what I'm picking up is a size 15, an 11 and a 15, and going through every second size 8 bead. And this little picot edge just covers over any gaps that are existing between the strands that fill in the cross and the round cabochon capture. Now once that's all finished, finish off any working threads by just running that through and getting those threads nice and tidy and finished off. And then we're going to clip the back into place. So there's my back, and I just pop that into place, and now my lid is complete. Then we're going to go on to the peyote strip. So this is an odd count peyote method, so we're picking up 7 beads to start with. And those 7 beads for this pattern are this plain number A bead. With odd count peyote, I always start with rows 2 and 3 rather than row 1 and come back and add row 1 so that I've got that nice even T shape at the end. When you're doing your odd count peyote, the method I use is a step up, step down method. You may use a wraparound method, it's up to you, whichever one you want to do, but following your pattern, you're making X's and O's all the way around your peyote strip until it's the right length to wrap around your box. You can see here I've just started the O pattern by popping in that silver bead, and I'm going to continue with that pattern, creating my odd count peyote all the way across. These strips take me usually about an hour and a half to do, so put aside some time and concentrate. Once you've got your pattern in place, so following either the word count or the visual chart, we're ready to zip that box around zip that strap around the box. Every one of your peyote increases and pattern layouts is 5 beads between each row. So when I'm ready to zip that together, I just line up the 2 teeth of my odd count peyote strip and zip those by going from one side to the other. Depending upon your own tension, you may be a little bit looser or tighter than I am. You may need to adjust your pattern, but I've adjusted this so that it actually fits really neatly around that little cavity that sits in the box. So carefully I'm just going through every one of those teeth beads until I can pull that together nice and tautly and close up that gap. can see there, nice and invisible join on that peyote strip. Just secure that by going through a couple more pieces, and then the strip is actually done. Pop the lid on top, and our box is complete. So I've got a silver box with green and silver, and then a gold box with aqua and gold. I'd love to see the box options that you choose in terms of your own colours. I've used a raised round crystal on the gold box and a flatter square crystal on the silver box, but both of those are flat backed crystals which make them fit really easily. How did you go making your Keepsake Collection box? Make sure you send me a pic. I'd love to see one of yours out in the wild. See how you've gone with your own colours, whether you've had a gold box and used these coloured beads, or a silver box and used these, or a completely new version all of your own. For more information, check out onastring.com.au. Links are below to actually grab your 3D printed box and create your own Keepsake Collection box. Until next time, I'm Paula from On a String. Bye for now.